turning into a boxer.
Yep. Oh, good shot by Mike.
And again, the left hook.
Good shot by Mike. Land this jab right there that really knocked Jake back. I think that's his most.
And everybody was saying,
right
nice shot by Jake
Nice
Paul.
right hand by Paul. That is his most.
Stood around, but then we see.
Move over to your left so I can see
Yeah,
the
the
fighter.
right
Thank you.
hand grazes Mike Tyson by Jake Paul. That would have been a good.
Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson wasn't just a fight, it was history in the making. A YouTuber standing against one of the most feared boxers of all time? Nobody thought Jake would last more than a round, but he shocked everyone. From dodging Tyson's legendary punches to landing his own, Jake did things no one expected. How did he hold his ground against a fighter like Tyson? What was his secret? Stick around because we're breaking down the top 5 reasons Jake Paul left the world speechless in this fight. You won't believe what he pulled off in round 4. 1. Jake Paul's fearless mindset.
70,000 will be here for the biggest moment of my career, the biggest fight of the century. It's all because of you guys, the Jake Paulers. It's every day, bro. We haven't stopped since day one, hustling. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support, as always.
Jake Paul's fearless mindset was one of the most surprising aspects of the fight. Facing a legend like Mike Tyson, known for intimidating even the best fighters, would make anyone feel the pressure. But Jake walked into the ring like he belonged there. He didn't just try to hide his nerves, he genuinely looked confident, as if he was ready to take on anything Tyson threw his way. This wasn't just about showmanship, it was a deliberate mental strategy. Jake knew that if he looked scared or hesitant, Tyson would pounce on that weakness, both physically and mentally. Instead, Jake stood his ground, keeping his energy high and his composure steady. Throughout the fight, Tyson threw a few of his signature power punches, and even when they landed, Jake didn't flinch. He kept moving, kept dodging, and most importantly, stuck to his plan. This ability to stay calm under pressure was a game changer. The audience expected Jake to fold the moment Tyson landed a clean hit, but instead, Jake kept coming back. His fearless attitude not only surprised Tyson but also earned him a lot of respect from fans who doubted he could even last a few rounds. Jake proved that a strong mindset can sometimes be as important as physical skill in the ring. 2. Tyson underestimated Jake's skills. Mike Tyson has always been known for his confidence, and it was no different leading up to this fight. Tyson openly admitted in interviews that he didn't see Jake Paul as a serious boxer. To him, Jake was just another loudmouth trying to cash in on boxing. That mindset played a big role in how the fight turned out. Tyson entered the ring expecting an easy win, but Jake came prepared with a solid game plan. From the opening bell, Jake's footwork, speed, and sharp jabs caught Tyson off guard. He wasn't ready for Jake to fight smart. In the early rounds, Tyson looked frustrated. Jake wasn't just standing there waiting to get hit, he was dodging, countering, and moving around the ring with purpose. Jake's stamina also gave him an edge as the fight went on. Tyson, who hadn't fought professionally in years, started to tire, while Jake kept up his energy. It was clear that Jake had trained hard for this fight, and his skills showed. The fight reminded everyone that underestimating an opponent can be a dangerous mistake, even for a legend like Mike Tyson. Jake wasn't just there to play, he came to prove he belonged in the ring, and he succeeded. 3. Jake's ability to handle Tyson's power. One of the biggest surprises of the fight was how well Jake Paul handled Mike Tyson's power. Tyson's punches are the stuff of legend, fighters have crumbled from just one clean hit. But Jake stood his ground, even after taking some heavy blows from Tyson in the early rounds. Fans were stunned to see Jake absorb those punches and keep going like nothing had happened. This wasn't just about physical toughness, it showed incredible mental strength too. Most fighters would panic after getting hit by someone like Tyson, but Jake stayed calm. He didn't let the punches throw him off his game. Instead, he used his movement and kept his distance, making sure Tyson couldn't land those devastating combos he's famous for. Jake's ability to recover quickly after each hit also showed how well conditioned he was for the fight. It was clear he had prepared his body to take damage and still perform at a high level. This resilience wasn't something anyone expected from a YouTuber turned boxer. Handling Tyson's power proved that Jake had what it takes to stand toe-to-toe with one of the greatest boxers in history, and it left fans and critics alike questioning everything they thought they knew about him. 4. Jake's strategic use of movement. If there was one thing Jake Paul did exceptionally well during the fight, it was his use of movement. He didn't make the mistake of trying to go punch for punch with Tyson. Instead, he stayed light on his feet, constantly moving around the ring and making it difficult for Tyson to connect with his punches. This strategy frustrated Tyson, who had to keep chasing Jake. For a 58-year-old fighter, that constant movement took its toll, and by the middle rounds, Tyson's fatigue was starting to show. Jake's movement wasn't just about avoiding punches, it was also about creating opportunities for his own attacks. By staying mobile, Jake was able to slip in quick jabs and combinations while keeping a safe distance from Tyson's power. He used his reach advantage smartly, throwing punches from angles that Tyson struggled to counter. This wasn't the reckless Jake Paul people had seen in previous fights. This was a fighter who had clearly been coached to fight intelligently. The way he moved around the ring showed his growth as a boxer and his ability to execute a game plan. Fans couldn't believe how well Jake used this tactic to control the pace of the fight and keep Tyson off balance. 5. Jake's growth as a boxer. For years, people have dismissed Jake Paul as a gimmick in boxing, a YouTuber trying to act like a fighter. But this fight with Mike Tyson was a turning point. Jake showed that he has grown into a legitimate boxer who takes the sport seriously. His performance wasn't just about landing punches, it was about how he approached the entire fight. He came in with a solid game plan, stayed composed under pressure, and executed his strategy with discipline. This wasn't the same Jake Paul who fought his earlier matches. This was someone who had clearly put in the work. Jake's ability to adapt during the fight was also impressive. When Tyson started applying pressure, Jake didn't panic. He adjusted his movement, stuck to his strategy, and kept looking for openings. This kind of fight IQ isn't something you can fake, it's earned through experience and dedication. By the end of the fight, it was clear that Jake had taken his boxing career to the next level. Even the harshest critics had to admit that he wasn't just a YouTuber anymore. This growth as a fighter is what allowed Jake to surprise everyone and stand toe-to-toe with one of the greatest boxers in history. Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson wasn't just another boxing match, it was a moment that flipped expectations. From his fearless mindset to his smart strategies, Jake shocked everyone and proved he's more than just a YouTuber stepping into the ring. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he made history that night. What do you think? Did Jake Paul earn his spot in boxing, or was this just a lucky night? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns of the biggest moments in sports.